What's up, y'all? Y'all have the pleasure of going with me this morning. I have to go pick up my granddaughters. Yes, I have a granddaughter. I actually have 5 grandkids. Excuse the mask, y'all. I did not realize I had it on upside down. I'm out here looking crazy, y'all. So, I gotta go pick up my granddaughter's books for school. I'm the only one can do it because her mother works and I'm retired, so I'll go pick up her books because she's gonna be doing her learning from inside the house because we don't trust this corona, and because of that we ain't taking any chances with her being in school and wind up getting that. So because of that, I gotta go and pick up her stuff. So I don't mind. I ain't got nothing else to do. And then after that, after I come from the school, you have to excuse me, I'm breathing a little heavy because I'm walking and I'm sucking on a mint. So I'm trying to breathe through the mint. So, at least one good thing, I don't have to go inside the school because they're gonna be outside in the yard, and all the parents is coming to the yard, and they're gonna be picking up the books from there. It's a nice day out. And then after I come from there, I gotta go to the bank and then come back home. Once I get home, the hubby wants spaghetti tonight, and I'm kind of glad about that because you can never go wrong with spaghetti. I would say spaghetti and mac and cheese from the box. You can't never go wrong with that. So when all else fails and you have no idea what you want to make for dinner, macaroni and cheese or spaghetti, because it's easy. It's a 1, 2, 3 meal. And then nobody's here yet. I'm gonna sit in the sun. How you doing? I'm gonna sit in the sun. Get me some vitamin D. So I just they're supposed to be coming out at 11 o'clock. I don't know how they're gonna do this, if they're gonna be putting tables out here or if they're gonna have like the parents come and just come to the door and they're gonna have stuff already bagged or whatever. It don't matter. I brought me a bag because I was like, before I left out of the house, I was like, yo, what if I get there? Because I left out of the house already. And I was like, I walked down the stairs, I came back, I said, wait a minute, let me think about this. I was like, now what if I go there? Because I got to go to the bank. So I was like, what if I go there? And they got mad books and stuff. And I'm sitting here empty-handed. I ain't got nothing to carry the stuff, and they ain't got nothing to carry the stuff. So I turned my butt right back around and went back in the house, got me a bag. And I was like, cause I gotta go to the bank after this And if I go to the bank, I don't want to have to be carrying, books and all of that in my hand while I'm trying to make transactions. So I said, let me go back here and get me a bag. Now, I'm so glad that I don't have to have no big meals. Because let me tell you, my husband, he comes home. Not come home, but he calls me from work. And for some reason, he always waits until just before he get home from work. Maybe about 20 minutes before he get home. Then he calls me on the phone and he's like, babe, you know what I had a taste for? And I'll be like, what, babe? And he'd be like, some ham, some cabbage. And I'll be like, that's nice. Yeah, it sounds good. So he'd be like, you think you could whip that up for me? I'm like, mister. You know what I want to say. I was like, mister, are you crazy? You gonna call me 20 minutes before you get home. Now, mind you, he don't get home. Well, they just changed his hours. Last week, they just changed his hours. So, before that, he was getting home. He was getting home at 10 o'clock at night. And this is the stuff he would ask me for 20 minutes before he got home. And it's like 10 o'clock at night is when he gets off of work. So he gets home maybe about like 10:45. He would be like, babe, I have a taste of ham and cabbage and all this and that. And I'm like, okay, that sounds nice. I'm thinking he's going to be like, yo, can you make that tomorrow? He's talking about, can you whip that up for me so I can have something to eat when I get home? I'm like, this man done lost his mind. You going to wait till almost 11 o'clock at night. Mind you, you could have called me during your lunch break. And I could have had time to go to the supermarket and get this stuff early. Because see, what y'all don't understand is, I don't cook until my family tells me what they want to eat. Because out of all the years that I've been cooking for my family, I had to learn that you don't cook in my household unless they tell you, Ma or baby, I want some cooked food tonight. Because when I normally just get it in me to say, you know what, let me cook something. Let me cook some good food tonight. Feed my family, you know what I'm saying? Give them something to go to sleep with, something on their brain. Let them sleep good tonight. I do all this cooking. And I got a whole stove. All 4 burners. And in the oven. Cornbread, all of that. I'm doing all of this. And these suckers go and buy Chinese food. And then I'm like, what y'all buying Chinese food for? I cooked. Oh, but I wasn't in the mood for that. Really? You wasn't in the mood for it? Let me explain something to you. If my mother cooked, and I know that whatever she cook, I eat. And I see that she done slaved and made all this fancy food, whatever. I'm not buying no Chinese food because, well, first of all, that's a straight up a disrespect to me. You know what I'm saying? For me to do all this cooking. Now, I know they ain't asked me to, but they always telling me, Ma, you don't never cook. My husband said the same thing, babe, you don't never cook. This is the reason why, because when I cook, y'all still go out and buy Popeyes, Taco Bell, Chinese food. They go to the West Indian restaurant and get oxtails and stuff. And this is every single time. It never fails. So I told them from now on, I'm not cooking nothing unless y'all say, we want some cooked food tonight. Can you cook? I said, you better do it early. You better call me early and ask me, because anything after 5 o'clock ain't getting cooked. You want some food, you know it takes a while to cutting up all this cabbage and ham or ribs they be wanting and all this here stuff I gotta be doing. Call me at a decent time so I can prepare this. So this way I'm not in the kitchen 9 o'clock at night still cooking. I want to be done by 5 o'clock, well, not even 5, by 6. I want to be done cooking. I want to be done cooking. I don't want to be still sitting here cooking dinner at 9 o'clock at night. That's crazy. Good morning. Okay, we could come in now? All right. All right, guys, so I'm going down the stairs. So I just picked up her books. She is ready to go. So now I gotta take a trip over to the bank. So anyway, like I was saying, I don't mind cooking, but I just hate when they wait to the last minute to ask me to do stuff like that. And then, hello, good morning. So then when I decide, you know what, let me make them something. It's been a while. Let me cook them something so they can go to bed feeling good. Stomach's nice and full. You know, had that good southern cooking going on. So then, good morning. So then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna cook them some good. Some of that good. And then they gonna get Chinese food or Popeyes. And I'm like, I'm not doing this again. And then the crazy thing about it is after I cook, the stuff sits in the refrigerator for about 3 days before anybody touches it. Okay, so I'm going inside right now. Alright, so I just left out of the bank. Let me show y'all something. This is the Black Lives Matter. This is Restoration Plaza. This is the Black Lives Matter sign that they have on the street. It goes from here, and this is Fulton Street, all the way. This is like maybe about 2 blocks together. So it's been out here for a while. I don't know if they're gonna, I hope they don't paint over it, but right now they've had the street blocked for a few months now. So I'm wondering if they're gonna ever open up the street and let the buses and stuff come through, but I don't know. I mean, they might open the streets back up, but I don't know when they're gonna do that, because they done had the streets barricaded for, you know, for the past 3 to 4 months now. I don't know if y'all seen on the news a video of 2 black women trying to, covering up the Black Lives Matter sign with black paint. That was over here where I live. Yeah, they was out here, but they ain't stupid. They waited till late in the evening when wasn't nobody really out here to do that. Ain't no way in the world. Let me tell you something. If they would have came out here at a decent time when everybody was still outside, it would have been very different. It would have been a very different situation. Because these people in this area, they don't play that. They lucky. I think what worked in their favor was the fact that they were two black women, even though they should have been ashamed of themselves for what they was doing. But I think because they was black is the reason why. Because it was guys out here. It wasn't no females out here. Now, if females was out here, it wouldn't have mattered if they was black or not. But it was men out here. And, all they were saying is, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing this and the third? Because they couldn't understand why two black women would be destroying the Black Lives Matter sign. And I couldn't understand that either. My sister called me the next day and she was like, yo, you didn't see? Because she knows it happened right around the corner from me. So she was like, you wasn't out there? Because I know if you was out there, you would have did something. Now, I probably would have, but it's not what y'all think. It wouldn't have been anything violent, but I would have been out there at least trying to talk to them and trying to explain to them what we're doing. I'm pretty sure they already know the reason for the Black Lives Matter, but they just didn't care. And for the life of me, I can't understand why we have to explain that to our black people, why we're doing this whole movement. It's about everything that we've been through for centuries, and we're trying to make it better. We're trying to get people to understand that we are people too. And God put us all on this earth to live and enjoy life. He didn't put us on this earth to be tortured. And we're not trying to go back to that. And this is what this whole Black Lives Matter thing is about. Just trying to be equal. We're not trying to be better than nobody else. We're not trying to have more than nobody else. We just want equal share. We want to be treated fairly. We want to be treated with respect. We want our children to be able to go to good schools. We want to be able to live in good neighborhoods. And all we want is the same thing that everybody else is getting. That's it. And this goes for the Spanish people too, the people of color. We just want what every privileged white person is receiving. That's it. Now, I don't have problems. I'm not prejudiced because my husband is half white. So I'm not prejudiced. Never have been. I love my white people. I love my black people. I love my Spanish people. I love my Chinese people. I love all people. I don't look at people and be like, oh, she's white, oh, she's black, oh, she's Chinese, oh, she's Spanish. I don't care about that. That doesn't matter to me because we was all put on this earth together, But we just want to be equal. That's it. But anyway, I wasn't out here that night. And I'm glad I wasn't because, it could... I don't need that kind of stress in my life. But, so I'm back home now. So I'm going to go in here and make this spaghetti. And I'll talk to y'all later.